Hello, welcome to Cappie's vlog. I'm doing waters, which means I'm walking around a lot, which means Cappie's following me a lot. But, what are you reading, Cappie?
I started the second book in that Elsie Silver. I think it's Heartless.
Okay.
And technically I'm in the middle of reading, what's that other, Allie Hazelwood?
Love on the Brain.
I'm 36% through that. I have not done any clips for it yet. I have things to say.
You want to say it? Or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay, well, I am also reading Allie Hazelwood, Love Theoretically, because I'm just kind of going in order. And that's the next one. And I'm not very deep in. I'm like an hour and a half in. It's an 11-hour audiobook. And so Love Theoretically is a romance novel that's about a woman who is a professional fake dater who is vying for a position at a college, some kind of STEM position at a college. She's a theoretical physicist, and the person she is competing against is the brother to one of the people she fake dated, and he thinks she's a librarian. So that's the premise, and I'm not very deep into it. My opinion on Allie Hazelwood is kind of like, I feel like her books are very cringe, but they're fun, so that's why I keep reading them. And the reason we're doing this clip is because I have things to say. Sorry about my mint, by the way. And the things I have to say is, like, I am cursed. Here's the thing. I really like small pets, meaning like rodents, chinchillas, guinea pigs, you know, things like that. And the main character's best friend has a pet hedgehog. I like hedgehogs. I don't have one, but I like them. And Cappie's glaring at me because she does not like them. And this hedgehog was on page for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And it felt like my brain was going to explode because she clearly didn't do a single bit of research on hedgehogs. So I'll start. First of all, their quills don't really hurt. She like mistook the hedgehog for a mouse and she set her hand down and she jumped up screaming because it hurt. Their quills don't really hurt that bad.
They're really rounded at the tips.
Yeah, they're not porcupines. They're not miniature porcupines. They're just a little prickly. They're supposed to be uncomfortable to predators. They don't actually hurt. 2, hedgehogs are nocturnal. So the fact that the hedgehog was awake during the day is extremely inaccurate. 3, hedgehogs do not have great balance, so having the hedgehog up on her shoulder would not be a thing. That hedgehog would plummet to the ground and die. 4, she had her hedgehog in a terrarium.
Oh.
No.
It's really weird.
And I am cursed because this is a thing that just happens a lot in romance books where they decide to make a character quirky. And the way they make them quirky is by giving them an unusual pet. And as the person who has unusual pets and happens to know a lot about unusual pets, I get irritated. Yeah, so basically the hedgehog's coming off more like a prickly rat than an actual hedgehog. I don't like that.
I don't have super positive opinions on the one I'm reading either. The premise for that one is the girl, also scientist, got dumped by her, well, not dumped, I guess. Her fiance cheated on her with her best friend, so she's broken up with him and moved. And she's, I think she's trying to get a job at a college, or she did get a job at a college, with an old colleague who was not nice to her.
Yeah.
And it's clear, very clear that he wasn't nice to her because he has a crush on her, and boys get to be mean to girls when they have crushes on them, and it's considered cute.
You have growing to do.
Okay, but we are 36% in, and both of these characters think that the other one's married because of miscommunication that's gone on for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
And the character has like this online thing she does where she like, it's like a venting kind of thing, and the love interest is on there, but she doesn't know it's him, but it's really clear it's him. Yeah. So they're like, they've been communicating consistently, I think, for years.
Yes.
And they are really good friends, but they don't know who the other one is. And even though so many friggin' hints, these people cannot put 2 and 2 together, even though they're in these programs that are for absolute geniuses. And I, unfortunately, don't have the whimsy in my heart that Sarah does to be like, this is fun. So I'm just, like, annoyed.
Yeah, I can be pretty forgiving for a lot of things as long as I think the book is fun.
Does Summer like it?
No. Summer was more of an action adventure girl.
She liked The Princess Bride.
Yeah, she would.
But yeah, I'm also a little bit into Heartless, and I don't have much opinion. That one is a guy is looking for a nanny for his son, and he hires a girl who he immediately has lust for. And he hates women because his son's mother left them high and dry. And it's coming off like, he's coming off so much misogynistic. Because he does not trust women. And he specifically says, I don't trust anybody, especially women. And he's just like, really misogynistic.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that for a love interest. It's weird. And so he's like a woman hater, basically. And they both have instant lust for each other. Not as fun as the first book. I am not enjoying it very much.
Sorry, we had a technical difficulty. Hey, baby. You want to do a foot tuck for me real quick? Speaking of unusual pets, will you do it? Foot tuck!
Oh my god, very good foot tuck.
Good girl. She's like...
Introduce her.
This is Snail. Professor Snail.
Yeah, she's a professor. She went to school. She's like Indiana Jones. She's that kind of professor. She would dig up bones.
Yeah. She enjoyed the book. She was reading it with me.
I don't have pets, so no one read it with me.
We could have pets.
I tried, Sarah. I tried to have a pet. What happened?
They got old.
The other thing that happened when I recently tried to have a pet.
Oh, yeah, the breeder gave it away. Or actually, no, the breeder's son actually put a male in with them.
Mm-hmm.
So... You already made a mess of your cage. It's been 2 hours. Anyway.
I got a boyfriend instead of a pet. Hey, kitty, stop chewing on that.
I would never choose a man over an animal.
I didn't technically choose a man over an animal. I've had this one for a year.
You have had that one for a year.
We're going to go to Margaritaville for our anniversary. Like your dad was so surprised that we'd been together for a year when I brought him over, like as soon as we started dating.
Oh, my dad doesn't have a sense of time.
I guess not.
But yeah, so yeah, when I finish Love Theoretically, I'll let you know. I am actually enjoying it so far, just because, like, I don't know, it was fun. The scene where they ran into each other at the job interview was fun, because he was just like, and she was just like...
Is he the love interest?
Yeah.
Not the guy she fake dated?
No.
Okay.
That's his brother, so it's going to be awkward at family dinners.
See, I wish that this book had a little more... I know that there will be some comeuppance, a little bit. What I want in any book like this is the ex to realize how horrible mistake they made, because it makes me think of Funny Story, because her fiance cheated on her, right? Did he cheat on her, or did he just break up with her?
No, he cheated on her and broke up with her right before their wedding.
What you want, or what I want from a story like that, is to see the unbelievable regret and also have them tortured by jealousy.
Yes.
If this book had more of that, I want her ex-fiance and her best friend to be, like, on page, miserable, trying to, quote-unquote, fix it. And I know a little bit of that happens with the friend.
Yeah.
But what I want is to see the suffering of the exes. That's how I get off, is other people suffering. So, yeah, I'll check back in also when I'm a little farther in. Right now I'm actually reading a bunch of comics, but I'm doing that for like a whole separate video, so I don't have much going on right now.
You said that, I was going to be like, we're in our romance era.
I'm also always in a comic book era. I have to fix these shelves, but I bought like a bunch of new, well, I didn't buy, Sarah bought me a couple romances, and her father actually bought me some, and HBP bought me other ones, so I have HPB? Half-price books. Yeah. I got a bunch from there, too. So I have to fill these shelves with those. They're all in my room right now because I'm supposed to do a haul video.
Yes.
So I actually have to grab some of these. So I'm going to do that. See you in a second.
I'll probably finish the book tomorrow, so we can do a clip tomorrow.
I kind of started my Funny Demon Valentine by Aurora Asher, I believe. But I got, like, not even a chapter in, and I'm not loving it so far. I don't want to give up yet, but the premise, I believe, is that, like, the Prince of Hell and several of his brothers have escaped, and they're trying to, like, enjoy being on Earth, and the main demon, Ash, he loves jazz, and he meets a girl who plays an instrument, and I know the physical book has a very pretty purple ombre that I did not buy the other day when I was at the store, because I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't do it. And you know what? Maybe that's right, because I am not enjoying the first 15, 20 minutes so far. Not looking great. I'm trying to decide at what point I want to grace myself with like a DNF, because I hate giving up, because in my brain, it's always like, if you listen to it for another 10 minutes, it'd turn into your favorite book of all time. And you know what? That's actually never happened. Nearly every time I continue listening and regret it. The only time I can say I DNF'd a book, one chapter in, and then eventually returned to it, eventually returned to it and ended up liking it, was Truly Devious. Marlene Johnson, I believe, is the author. That is legitimately, I think, the only time I've tried a book, not liked it, and then eventually picked up and it's like, oh, this is great. And I actually unhauled those books, not because I didn't enjoy them anymore. I loved the trilogy. It's just, for me, not very rereadable, because once you know the mystery, it's just kind of done. And then the fourth book was atrocious. I actually DNF'd the fourth book and have not finished it. But, you know, I want to have, like, kindness towards myself. Don't want to waste a bunch of hours reading a book I'm not liking. I have in the back of my head that I have to hit my Goodreads goal, which is part of it. But, you know, I'm actually doing pretty good on Goodreads. I'm going to see about My Funny Demon Valentine. Not terribly optimistic so far. I actually really dislike it when the characters who are going to be together meet immediately, because I feel like it doesn't give enough time for you to get to know the main character or characters before they know each other. I don't want a lot of time, but I prefer at least like a chapter, maybe 2. Sometimes you don't get that, which is fine. But this one was like immediate, and I didn't even really have a handle on the situation of like, oh, they're all on Earth now and they were in hell and they escaped, and it's just a little messy, but it's not very long. We'll see. And I have Song of Achilles, which is going to expire in 5 days at my library. So I'd like to finish it. I ended up, and I didn't put this in a vlog, I started Aftermath by Chuck Wendig, the Star Wars book. He has a trilogy. And I DNF'd it like 15% in because I didn't like it. So those are on my unhaul pile. I don't want to be mean, but boy, oh boy, it was boring. As far as like Star Wars books go, it takes place right after Return of the Jedi, like literally right after. It has a lot of interludes where people are figuring out or being told that the Death Star 2 blew up. You would think this would be like perfect for me. I guess you wouldn't necessarily know. I love Star Wars, obviously. I'm way into Star Wars. This was not it for me. So I'm going to bring these books to Half Price Books and let someone else enjoy them. They're all hardcovers. They're all in really good condition. Washed my hands of it. But I'm going to try and whittle down what's in my library, because my next reading goal, I want to read every single thing on my TBR, which currently is everything I've never read. I have this whole shelf is books I've never read before. I just got these. I just got more today. I have 6 coming in the mail because there was a sale and the books were incredibly cheap, and Sarah's dad tricked me, but that's fine. We don't got to get into that. I also want to work on my comic TBR, but the truth is, even though I have a lot of comics, I've read almost all of them. There's very few comic books on my shelves that I have not gotten to. I do want to get to the rest of them, but I want to prioritize getting to the rest of my normal bookshelves in the library, because I just want to only have on those shelves books I really love, so I can reorganize the whole thing, make it look how I want, and then kind of, you know, make room for this, because I'm getting books that I cannot get at the library. So I am, this is more books than I've gotten in the past like 4 years. I got in the past 2 weeks, and I don't know how long that's going to last, but yeah, so I have a little bit of work to do. I have a lot of reading catch up to do. And when I inevitably get overwhelmed, I'm going to go in the bathroom and use the bubble gun that my boyfriend got me and blow a bunch of bubbles, because it helps. Oh. Makes me nervous when you do that.
Oh.
Like it's going to bend the pieces.
No, this is how people do it.
It just like, do the pieces never get bent?
Not really.
Wow.
Only on cheap puzzles.
Oh, okay. This is E-Boo?
E-Boo.
Do you think running your hands through that is the same sensation that you would get from running it through like cooked ramen? You know, or like Jell-O? Like the satisfying feeling of sticking your hand in a block of Jell-O? No, you disagree?
I'd have to stick my hand in a block of Jell-O to...
I would love to do that.
I can do that. I can get a huge thing of Jell-O.
That we just defile with our hands?
It's Jell-O.
Would the rats like Jell-O? Can they eat it? It's, I think, made of like bone.
I don't know. I've never seen anyone give the rats Jell-O.
We should look into that. Oh God, I was supposed to do the Rice Krispies today, but my tummy hurt.
It's fine.
I'll do them. I swear, I promise I'll do them.
They're not gone yet, technically.
Tell me about the puzzle.
What about it?
What do you tell me how you felt about this? Because you go up on puzzle things all the time, brand and mouthfeel and all that, the glow in the darky stuff.
This is an older Evu, so like the pieces are super shiny and the cut's not the best. I had some false fits, but it was fun enough to do that I think I'll keep it for the time being, and then become slowly emotionally unattached to it over the course of the next year and a half, and I'll probably get rid of it.
That's how I feel about boyfriends. Just kidding. I'm marrying this one.
But it's pretty easy to take apart, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Some puzzles are really hard to take apart.
Let's do ASMR. That does look fun.
Don't mind the cat.
That's a thumbnail.
And into the bag. You want me to put your hand in?
A little.
Go for it. Here. I'll pile them up.
Pieces feel very plasticky.
These ones do. They have some kind of backing.
Ashes to ashes.
Most puzzles don't have like a finish on the back, but some put like a paper backing on, and they have some kind of backing. So I don't really like the backing because it makes the puzzles easier to damage.
Oh.
Yeah. I finished Love Theoretically, which is good because I had only 4 days left on my life. I want you to understand the situation I got in with my library. I had 3 books that I had to finish in 3 days, and I did. And then I had 2 books that I had 5 days to finish, and I finished one of them, and I only have 1 left. And unfortunately, the one I have left is Happy Place by Emily Henry, and I DNF'd it the year it came out, and I remember nothing from it, which is not a bad thing for the book, because when I read it, it was right after we moved, and I actually remember very little of like the first few months after we moved.
Happy Place is the only one I haven't read because I just don't know if I want to read a whole book of like 2 people who just need to have a conversation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna...
Is that what it is too?
I don't remember.
It's just like it seems like it's 2 people who need to just talk and be honest with each other, and the fact they've been together for so long and are unwilling to do that means that maybe they should stay broken up.
I know the premise of Happy Place, which when I start it, we can talk about that, but I finished Love Theoretically. So I got the synopsis a little wrong. It's that she is competing against someone else, and he is going to be deciding who wins the position, basically. But there's like a twist about that, so like, yeah. Thankfully, the hedgehog did not show up very much after this point, so I had very few moments of being enraged. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was the best of the 3 STEM books because it was the one that felt the least like fan fiction.
I don't know what the other ones are based on, because obviously Love Hypothesis is Raylo, but I don't know.
Love on the Brain is also Raylo. Yeah, you looked it up. I don't know about Love Theoretically because he does not look like Adam Driver and she does not look like Daisy Ridley.
See, I wonder because like I know that some of the novellas were like Hux and Tico. Mm-hmm. Hey, get out of there! Get away from my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This means nothing to Sarah, but they did the casting of Love Hypothesis movie, and it's Lily Reinhart from Riverdale, which we did watch a little bit of together. And the person they cast to be Adam named after Adam Driver, who is Kylo Ren, is the husband of Daisy Ridley, aka Rey, which is the weirdest thing. And I don't know if the two of them just thought this would be hilarious. Let's make money on the fact that someone is oh my god, someone's obsessed with you as Daisy Ridley or as Rey. But hey, come on, oh my god, she's eating trash. But yeah, so that just happened like 2 days ago, and then the other thing that happened is Trump's dying.
But yeah, so I finished that. I gave it on Goodreads a 4, and then on Storygraph a 3.75.
4 is pretty high.
It was a lot of fun, and while it did have some of those like contrived scenarios that made me absolutely hate Love Hypothesis, it felt smoother and less fan-fiction-y, which is the two biggest complaints about the other two is that the instances, like the forced romantic instances felt very, very, very fan-fiction-y and very contrived, because it's just like, oh, how do I get her to sit on his lap at a work function?
That's crazy. That's crazy, because they already have a hard time, women in STEM, getting respected. So the idea of having her sit on a man's lap during a work thing, it's like, the author should know she's a woman in STEM, but it's just like, well, it's fan fiction, and I hate fan fiction tropes. I haven't read anything, by the way.
That's okay.
Nothing at all.
I'm not a fan fiction girly. I never read it or wrote any of it. So I'm not like part of that world. I have no idea what is fan fiction tropey beyond like understanding instantaneously if two men smile at each other, they're going to be shipped.
Describing eyes as orbs. The not like other girls thing is pretty fan fiction-y.
That's also just YA.
It is. I don't know if YA still does that. I haven't read YA in a long time.
YA probably does the I'm not like other girls thing, where it's just like, well, I think that they should be allowed to do whatever they want. I mean, I would never consume it, but I think it has the right to exist.
Well,
the I'm not like other girls, not like other girls.
Also awful.
Yeah. That's my favorite. There's like layers to it. It's like the typical I'm not like other girls, just like I like boy things and I don't wear makeup, and then the next step down is just like I don't like makeup and I would never put it on my face, but I respect other people's decision to.
Where are the Gremlin girls? Why don't they have the girls that dress like Adam Sandler as the main character? Like, how come no one's ever got gym shorts on and like the baggiest t-shirt you've ever seen?
Yeah. So that's fun. But anyway, I enjoyed Love Theoretically. I have very, 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 very low expectations for Happy Place.
Happy Place worries me because it's just like, as a grown adult, I don't have patience for people who won't talk about the problem that they're having. And it's like, it sounds like, I know the premise.
Yeah, I know it too.
And I know how the breakup happened. And it seems stupid to me. It's like, don't make decisions, quote unquote, for the well-being of your partner without talking to them. Don't not have the conversation. I don't know how old these people are, but it's just like...
You might need to give context.
Okay, so, yeah, it's a couple...
Oh, you're going to explain that?
Oh, you might be better.
Go ahead.
So the couple has been together for a while. They were engaged, and I think she's a nurse or something, and his dad got really sick. Someone's dad got sick, and just there was a lot of tension in the relationship, and they broke up, and then one of them took off, and they're pretending that they're dating because all their friends are gathered together 6 months later for like an annual trip, and they haven't told anyone they broke up. And I haven't read it, so I guess I can't necessarily say anything, but to me it feels like they had like struggles in their relationship because big life stuff was happening, and they both decided to dip because it was just easier. And it's like, well, if that's how you feel, then maybe you shouldn't be together, because it's like, if you can't handle big life stuff and you get so caught up that you don't have a conversation and you're more willing to leave the relationship than talk about it, then maybe you shouldn't be together, because that's something like a very young person in their first relationship might do, not two grown adults who are about to get married.
Yeah.
And I don't know the full context, and Emily Henry's a really good writer. I think she does like really good stuff, so I trust her, but I'm not in the mood to spend 8 to 10 hours of my life listening to two people who just need to talk.
For a long time with Emily Henry, I had like diminishing returns, where I really liked Beach Read. That was my favorite, and I really liked People We Meet on Vacation, but a little bit less. And I think the next one was Book Lovers, and I liked that one okay, but significantly less than the other two. And then Happy Place I couldn't get through, so I was like about ready to give up. But then, funny story, I enjoyed probably about as much as I enjoyed People We Meet on Vacation. So I have not read Big Beautiful Life. I will. I'm on the waiting list for it. And I'm going to start Happy Place over because, again, I remember almost nothing from it.
I have both of those books, but I'm hesitant. I don't know what the Big Beautiful Life... That's the one people complain about because there wasn't enough relationship stuff and it was family stuff. And it's like, well, at this point, you're reading Emily Henry because you read Emily Henry. So I'm surprised that people aren't on board because it's like there's a million romances that you can read if you want relationship stuff.
But if you are an author, especially a woman author, if you break form, they're going to come at you like a pack of hungry coyotes.
But if you do the same thing over and over again, like Allie Hazelwood, then you get flack for that too. Because like Allie Hazelwood started doing different books than the STEM ones because all she was doing was the STEM ones, and people like, it's the same, it's just basically fan fiction, it's trash, but I like it. I don't like when people call books trashy. I really actually hate it. I think it's disrespectful, and you only do it to romance typically, so I don't like it. But then
Feller's coming.
Oh God. Should I shoot him?
No. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't like when people call books trashy.
Do you want to die?
When you said, do you want to shoot him, I didn't... Oh, are you recording a thing?
Yeah.
Hi.
Do you want to die?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
She never lets him know peace.
Yeah, he wouldn't like it if I gave it to him. Yeah, anyway, so like, I don't appreciate, even if I'm not like a big fan of an author, I don't appreciate calling their books trashy. Like, I'll use Colleen Hoover as an example. Colleen Hoover is many things, many bad things. I wouldn't say her books are trashy just because they're like romance, and it's just I think people don't respect romance the way they don't respect animation. It's like, well, then just move on to a different genre.
Yeah, I mean, any genre that is primarily written by women, it's not going to get any respect.
And yet, who's bringing in all the money?
Yeah.
These romance books I got behind me, they're all like readily available at Target. Like, they're the ones that are flying off the shelves. When you look at the book section, these are most of the books. And it's not because Target is sexist, like the one guy on Twitter said, the Orc City guy. It's because these are the books that sell. Because, unfortunately, boys get told, oh, go climb trees and go have fun and stuff. Girls, you have to sit and be quiet. So we do hobbies like reading. So
I remember in the YA boom, because the YA boom was right after Twilight came out, and we are, unfortunately, that exact age range.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every bad review that for an adult book compared it to YA. And YA was mostly written by women for women. So.
Yeah, I don't like when people complain that, like, oh, boys don't get books. People don't write books for boys. Yeah, they do. And when people write books, they have to, like, I hate to use this as an example, like, because of the way people treat boys, which I think is very infantilized forever, is like, oh, we have to like have J.K. Rowling go by initials because a boy won't read a book written by a girl.
The same happened with Shauna McGuire. That's
really stupid. I think it's stupid that maybe you should just like let boys like things even if it's written by a girl. And I don't like that it's like, well, boys don't have books for themselves. It's because you created this environment where boys get teased, and you also tell boys they can go be kids, but girls have to grow up faster because we mature earlier, so we have to do quiet hobbies. And boys don't ever get the chance to do something quiet because people make fun of them. It's like, oh, you're just so peaceful. Like, Jesus, let a boy read a book written by a girl. I'm trying to get my boyfriend to read romance books.
Yeah, with Shauna McGuire, it wasn't like because Shauna can sound masculine. She complains about that.
Yeah, I've never heard that name before.
Yeah, it's very Irish. Or Scottish? Irish, I think. But yeah, the thing with her was that when she wanted to write science fiction, she had to go by a different name, Mira Grant, because they didn't think men would read her science fiction if they knew she had also written urban fantasy.
Bye. That's really stupid.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is stop being elitist. Enjoy things you enjoy.
Yeah, boys should.
Who cares?
I feel like boys could like romance. They just get told they can't like things that are quote unquote for girls. It's like, why would a boy not want to read a book? Like a typical horned up teenage boy, I can't believe doesn't read romance because it's like they got sex scenes in it. You'd think the boys would love it, but they don't. It's not that this is gonna sound I'm advocating for teenagers to read sex. I don't care. Do whatever you're gonna do it anyway. If you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like I'm just surprised, and I'm sick of people being told don't do this thing that's out of your gender norm, because it's like, what's the point? And then you complain that you don't have boy books. There are boy books, quote unquote, in the Target section. It's a lot of middle grade, but they also have like ones that are more geared towards men. It's just those are not the popular ones because they're not the ones buying books.
Mm-hmm. And to end off this clip, because we brought it up, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, of course. Always and forever.
Yeah.
My boyfriend is currently using my iPad to read manga, so I'm by myself. I wanted to say that I started The 9-Month Contract by Amy Dawes. I grabbed this book, I believe it. So the premise is the main character wants a baby and he doesn't really, he's like pushing 40 and I guess he doesn't feel like he can find himself a partner, so he's just going to do it himself. And our lead female, Trista, she got rejected to be a surrogate because she was too heavy, and his niece sets it up so that she's going to be her surrogate. And that's the story basically so far, is they see each other and they have like instant lust for each other, a thing I famously don't love, but they're gonna have a baby and she is not going to be interested in keeping it at all. It's her egg and stuff. They just they didn't do it the old-fashioned way. He came in a cup and she injected it into her body, and that was a little weird, but it's fine. They have a crush on each other, but they're just not gonna bring it up to each other at all. My thoughts on this book are complicated because it has all the pieces of something I would love really dearly. Like it's got such great setup of like all these brothers who are obsessed with each other, and this older guy who just wants a kid, and just like a bunch of cute little stuff. I find myself a little irritated with Trista, the main character. She feels like a manic pixie dream girl a little bit. The vibe I get is that she's just like so quirky and unique, but she's really grating. And I like the guy. What's his name? Oh my god, the back is in first person, which is so annoying. But yeah, he's fine. She's irritating, which is making it a little hard to super enjoy it. So I guess I'm a little disappointed in it so far. But I have stopped at the 40% mark tonight. She is 10 weeks pregnant, and he keeps like doting on her and buying her stuff, and she's like, no, don't get me a nice mattress or food. And it's like, well, obviously he's gonna get you food to make sure that your in utero child also gets to eat. But she like wants to rescue animals, so she's doing this to get a bunch of money so that she can do animal rescue. And he just wants a kid. And I think that the whole family's like filthy rich. One of the brothers has a book in a different series, I guess, that might have established it, but I don't know what that is. I never heard of this author before. She kind of just arrived on the scene in my personal visual. She's kind of arrived in my peripheral, you know. But I will also say it's making me cringe a little bit, but they keep referencing TikTok, and I know that she blew up a little bit on TikTok, which is actually how I found her, but I don't like it. Like, she referenced a TikTok sound and she's talking about TikTok right now, and it's weird to me. I don't like when books mention modern trends. I think it's cringe. So yeah, that's a little bit my consensus so far, is that it's got all these pieces to be super, super fun, but it's slightly annoying. I'm still enjoying it, but every once in a while I go, and that's throwing me off a little bit. And I haven't gotten very much further in the Heartless book, Galaxy Silver. I have nothing to say about it that I didn't say previously. So I'm going to mostly focus on this one and try and finish it as soon as I can, so I can read the sequel, which I got, which is 7 Year Itch. The premise of this one also sounds fun. I'm pretty sure that this guy did construction work for her house 7 years ago and like screwed her over, and she runs into him at like a sex club or something. And that just sounds funny. I think it's so interesting that these cartoony, cutesy covers typically have some kind of deviant thing in it with no irony at all. But anyway, that's a book for another vlog. We're focusing on 9-Month Contract right now, which, despite my complaints, is pretty fun. I want to pop in with a comment. I think I said this about Allie Hazelwood, but this has happened a few times in this book too, where the author like takes things she heard somewhere else and then has the character say it. Allie Hazelwood does that a ton. She used like a quote, have the confidence of a mediocre white man, which is like an internet thing. And then this one just had another internet thing of, there was like a joke that was going around of a fat woman talking about like being fat or something. And someone's like, you're not fat, you're beautiful. And they said, well, I didn't say I was ugly. Like that kind of thing. And she just did that too, of like, you can be fat and beautiful, but specifically in the way of like that internet thing that was passed around. And like, there's so much in this book that she got from TikTok that she either says is from TikTok or like pretends isn't. And it's starting to get like really frustrating. I don't like that kind of stuff really at all, especially like passing off internet memes as something you came up with. I think that's weird. I think that's a weird thing to do. It like borders on plagiarism. So, boo. Just finished the book and I just have a couple additional thoughts. And the main one, so there's a third POV in this book. It's the teenage niece of Wyatt, the main love interest. And she just gets a handful of chapters basically because they couldn't start it off with the love interest. They just needed a little bit of time. So we get the POV of like an 18-year-old kid. And I think, yeah, my problem with the main character also is that she sounds so young. She comes off like a teenager. Like you can compare it to the literal teenage POV in this book. And it's very similar. Like her voice is just so young. And I don't like that. So overall, I gave it 3 stars. It was fun. I would recommend it. I just didn't really love the Trista character very much. She was kind of annoying. And I started 7-Year Itch, the sequel. The very first page, they did like a fake Tinder profile for the love interest, like to prank him because he pranked the brother in the last one. And immediately she steals another internet thing of like weird way to propose, but yes. I don't know how to explain other than like there's a TikTok of someone like playing with, I don't know, their collection of, what do people like? I don't know, those little miniature things. And someone might be like, weird way to propose, but yes. Her thing with stealing other people's internet phrases is really grating on me. I'm hoping she eases up, but the book, this is going to sound insulting. The book feels so TikTok-y because like Book Talk's a big deal. You go to any bookstore, they're going to have a table of like books that are popular on Book Talk. And I think that's kind of how she ended up getting a little popular, and that's great and stuff, but you're really dating a book when you put a bunch of current, like nothing ages worse than a meme. So having references to memes and TikTok sounds, like specific TikTok sounds that trend, it's very cringe and you're dating the books. I just don't like it. It also feels like stealing. To like, you can't come up with a joke on your own, so you take someone else's, because someone came up with those jokes. I don't know who they are, and the origin is probably lost to time, but someone else made that up and you took it and you put it in your book to be funny, and someone who's not terminally online might not notice, but I did. So hoping that eases up. I am like only a couple minutes into the new book, so I don't have any thoughts yet, but I'm hoping I like it better than the first one, because I had these 2 in paperback and they're really gorgeous, and the third one is also gorgeous. That one's not out till September, I think, and I can't tell. I think the narrators are the same for the second book. One of them is Teddy Hamilton. He's really popular right now. If you know his name, he's going around quite a bit. He's a very fun reader. I enjoy him a lot, and I'm happy to have him doing the male POV because he's very lively. So anyway, back to it. Okay, I just looked and I did find the book that goes with these ones with the brother. It's in the same series that the Wait With Me series is. It's the very last one. And they're re-releasing it to look like these ones. It's got the same, because these ones, actually, I'll just show you. So there's 2 sets of covers for the other series. It's like guys, shirtless guys, and then they came out with like more flowery covers similar to, and this is a different author, so keep in mind, so more similar to like this, because it doesn't work too well with these ones, but it's gonna, the new cover for the 5th book in the other series matches these with the sprayed edges of like something on the end. I'll just include a picture. I have the power to do that. Yeah, so picture here of the new little covers. I am definitely gonna look into this. Audiobook is not at the library, which sucks, but I'll figure that out. This is a mistake, but in the middle of the last book, Coulter, I think is his name, he had a little run-in with the love interest for this book as like a little hint, and he said in that book that she's recently divorced, but now we skip to this book, which they said is 1 month after the epilogue of the last book, and he's learning that she's divorced here. So I don't know if that's a continuity error or what, because they didn't say this scene takes place before. I think it's just a little mistake, but I heard that and it bothers me. Should be okay. Here. No. Oh. She'll be okay. She's on medicine. She had a bit of a day.
Yeah.
She's okay though.
Okay. Anyway, I finished
Happy Place.
Happy Place. I gave it 2 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here are my issues with this book. 1, nothing happened. And that's not a complaint I normally make with romances, but in this case, nothing happened. Like, there was so much nothing. 2, half the story is about their romance, and the whole point of the book is that she never... I'm at a bad angle for this. And the whole point of the book is her personal problems created issues, and they never fought because of them, and that's part of the reason they broke up and all this stuff. But the problem is when half the book is supposed to be their like idealized romance, and nothing is happening in that romance to make it interesting, and then in the other half nothing is happening in their romance to make it interesting, you're left with a whole lot of not interesting things happening. And then to boot, all these supposed best friends don't tell each other anything. And I get that that was also the point, but you have relationships. You have 6 people. And the whole point with all 6 people is that nothing happens when they interact.
That's the point?
Yeah. Because like there's a whole fight at the end about how they're growing apart because no one confides in each other. And it's like, so...
Then you're not best friends.
Yes, I agree. And it's just like, so the whole point, this whole book is about how she doesn't start any conflicts, so every interaction, it's just boring, empty nothingness. And it's a book about 6 best friends on vacation hanging out, which means that the whole, like, 90% of the book is boring, empty nothingness. So yes, it got 2 stars. And now I'm reading The Running Man, and it's also going to get 2 stars. The Running Man is by Stephen King, writing as Richard Bachman, and here's the thing.
Stephen King, who may or may not be on a list. We won't get into it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that right now. Here's the thing. The Bachman books suck, and I don't know why people like them. There, I said it.
End of sentence.
I hate all of them. I've read all of them at this point. And I'm rereading Stephen King, so like I've read The Running Man before. And I just don't like the Bachman books.
We're going to see the movie, though.
Of course. But yeah, The Running Man is basically a dystopian novel about this guy who enters a reality TV show where he is running from the law in order to win money to fix his daughter's pneumonia. And an interesting thing is he is black in the books, but in both movies he's white.
But the wife is black in the new one.
Is the actor white in the new one? I guess I didn't.
He's the guy from the Twisters movie that everyone thinks is hot.
Second guess myself there. But yeah, and I know the guy in the books is black because...
Oh, did they do the thing? Did they say the gamer word?
So there's this scene where he's talking to a psychologist whose whole job is to determine if he is a good candidate for The Running Man. and he's supposed to do word associations. And when the guy says his name, his response is the N-word.
Oh my God,
like, why?
Steven.
Why?
Everyone's like, oh, he's so suspicious for that Epstein tweet. He's suspicious for this kind of thing. It feels like he's looking for excuses to use slurs, and also he likes to audio record his own books. So, like, you just want to say the N-word. And it's like, you need to not do that. And Joe Hill did it. And it's like, Joe Hill, you didn't have to do that in Horns.
So here's the thing with Stephen King. Like, a lot of people like to point out the It sewer scene, which we'll talk about when I read It, as, like, the suspicious thing Stephen King did. And I'm here to let you know that's just the famous one.
There's, as a person who's read several Stephen Kings, he's kind of always a little suspicious. That's
not even the only creepy thing in It.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the big one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like he's just one of those people other people fool themselves into thinking is cool when, if you look at the evidence, you quickly realize he's not.
I think he's chill with J.K. Rowling, too. Oh, they're fighting in there.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's Thistle and Baker. Thistle's a bully.
Yeah.
But, he's 80. He has a lot of 80-year-old white man things. It's like he's fine with trans people, and he believes that they are the gender that they say they are.
But he's also chill with J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Who's evil about it,
yeah, so. You know.
I read a book.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you flip through while you talk about it?
Yeah.
These are just the puzzles I don't want to hang up, but I glued anyway.
We'll look at these while I talk about. I read the ebook of Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca, who writes, like, novella-length horror. And previously I've read You've Lost a Lot of Blood, which I gave 5 stars. I really, really loved it. And this one, it's the email and instant message records of 2 women who met in a queer chat room in the year 2000. It's obviously fake, but it's set up to be like, this is from, like, the police files of the case, and a 24-year-old woman was found dead. And it's these messages between these 2 people, and it boils down to one of them is like, I want to own you, basically, and I'll pay for everything in your life, but you have to do exactly what I say. And she's like, okay. And she makes her do terrible things, and that's it without spoiling the book. And I thought it was fine. I thought it was just okay. I was very let down after reading You've Lost a Lot of Blood because I thought that was beautiful. And this was just okay. I'm going to continue reading this author because I have another book from him in my library. So that's what I've done in between reading the 2 Amy Dawes books, which I'm still working on the second one.
Baker, you're going to regret this. You know you are.
So that's my reading journey.
Well, I'll let you know. I already know. I have 45 minutes of listening time left in the reading van, and I didn't want to finish it today, so it's getting 2 stars.
I'm almost done with my second Amy Dawes. And that one will probably get a pretty decent rating. I'm enjoying it more than the first one, I feel like. So,
what am I reading next?
Yeah, look at your library. See what's about to expire. It's Aggie. She's just a baby.
Dime Store Magic by Kelly Armstrong.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll check up on that one at a later date. What do you have there?
Puzzle pieces that I can't separate without tearing them.
This is a pretty big pile of puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh, did it work?
I should have left it.
Is it badly damaged?
Not this one.
Maybe just leave the rest of them.
Well, some of them can be separated. Some of them are already, like,
coming
apart.
I understand it's, like, some people consider it cheating, but maybe if it's a risk to damaging the puzzle, just leave it.
Like, this one, I'll leave, because I don't know if you can see, but, like, the seam is sealed.
I can see.
Yeah. This one I'm leaving. But to be fair, I don't really care about those people who consider it cheating, because they would consider me doing this 18,000 piece puzzle in bags separate cheating. They would want me to mix all 18,000 pieces. And here's the thing. Here's why I don't do that. Is because when...
We don't have access to mental health pills. That's why.
No, there's a lot of reasons. A, I don't have space. Are you kidding me? B, each puzzle that's that size, they have a repeat cut pattern, which means that when they're cutting the puzzle, they do half of it and then they rotate it and do the other half. So for an 18,000 piece puzzle, it comes in 4 bags. That is 8 times the puzzle cut will be repeated at least. And that means you'll get perfect false fits. And I don't hate myself.
I feel like the kind of people who would say that's cheating are the kind of people who'd be like really sticklers about do not call audiobook reading. And it's like, if you have super strong opinions about it to the point where you're correcting people and you're like, you're not a reader, you listen, then you should maybe just go away and touch grass, as the kids say. I think touching grass, that's my favorite of like the youngster things, because it's like, yeah, you're right. If you're the kind of person who does this stuff, you need to just take a breath and go touch grass.
Anyway, you read a book.
Yeah, I finished the second Amy Dawes book in the Matchmaker Mountain Man series, and it was okay. I like the world. I like the brothers. The romance I didn't love because it was like friends with benefits for the most part. I don't like that kind of thing. I know that some people do, and that's fine. But my preference is not that. But for what it was, For what it was, I thought it was fine. Again, I really like all the brothers, and I'm looking forward to the next one, which is like Fake Marriage.
Oh.
It's the brother, he marries his best friend so that she can get like access to some business thing.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun. And then there's going to be a 4th one that she's writing right now. And then I found out, I said this before, that
It's fine.
I found out that she is the author of the Wait With Me series, and that character popped up. And even though I didn't love that movie, I was just like, oh, yay. And it was like cool to see, like, so they have like 2 boys and they're 9. So like a lot of time has passed because the first brother the first brother who doesn't have a book in the series, he is the last book in that Wait With Me series. And that has been 10 years. So I think that book takes place like a decade ago, and then all these brothers were in like their early 20s, and he was the oldest because he has like an 18-year-old daughter and they have a 10-year-old son. And then the girl from Wait With Me, she's got like a 9 or something year old. So I very much want to read those. My issue is I hate those covers, and they're re-releasing the last one with a new cover, but I don't know about the first 4. And I found out when I was reading Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke, I cannot read ebooks.
Oh. Is it just like not good for your eyes?
I couldn't, my eyes wouldn't focus. Like I had it on the black background, and it was it all like smushed together.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do.
Make the size of the text bigger.
I might have to, because
You can make it like giant.
it's like the lines were close together or something, and I just couldn't. But I had to read it. It didn't let me read it in Kindle. I had to read it in Libby.
Okay.
So it was really, really hard to read. And they also don't have those books at the library, her other ones. So I would have to buy them. And I don't. I want to read them, but I don't want to.
Are they on Kindle? Or not Kindle, are they on
Audible?
Kindle?
I'm sure they are. I didn't check.
We can figure that out.
But I want you to read them eventually, because I think you might. I like stuff like this because it's like small town romance. It's fairly cozy because it's like when you have this many books that take place in a small town, you know, like the town a little bit and all the characters. Yeah. And I like how cozy and comfy that feels, even if I didn't super love the story or even the romance.
Yeah.
So it's like overall, I'm happy I bought them and I have them because I liked the feeling of it more than I liked the story. Does that make sense? Does that sound crazy?
No, I get exactly what you're talking about. That's why I read cozy mysteries, even though the one I'm like the deepest in, the series I'm the deepest in, I have like a major problem with it because she never actually solves the mystery. She just like annoys the person who did it so much that they try and kill her, but she doesn't ever actually solve anything. So it's like,
wow. Is that Finley Donovan?
No.
Oh.
Noodle Shop Murders?
Oh, okay. That's funny though.
By Vivian Chen.
That's hilarious. Okay, so speaking of books we love, you finished The Running Man.
So, as I mentioned, I do not like the Richard Bachman books. I didn't like them when I was a kid. I like them less now. The thing with the Richard Bachman books is Stephen King in general, but especially the Richard Bachman books, just loves misery. Just loves like steeping everyone in absolute misery. And the thing is, at least with Stephen King books, you sometimes get a happy ending. You will never, ever get a happy ending with a Richard Bachman book.
That's so weird. I wonder why. Like, is it on purpose, you think? He didn't have a ton of Richard Bachman books.
It was on purpose. He wanted to do, like, different stuff with Bachman. It feels exactly like Stephen King stuff, but, like, cynical. And, like, Stephen King stuff already feels cynical. So, like, it's just, like, a step up from cynical stuff that's already existing. And, like, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I remember this happening from the book when I was a kid, so I wasn't even surprised, but it just pissed me off so much. The ending just pissed me off so much.
I'll ask you what it is after we stop recording.
Yeah.
I think you already talked a little bit about The Running Man before, so you don't have to go too much into it. Are you planning on reading another Stephen King soon?
I have different seasons that I need to read soon, which is 4 short or novellas. I think one's The Body, and I don't remember what the others are, but they're all like popular ones. The Body is Stand By Me?
Mm.
Yeah.
By the way, that reminds me, I'm really mad at you for sending me that Star Trek Zodiac, and you know why.
I don't know why, actually.
You do know why.
What?
I know why you sent it to me.
Oh, yeah. Actually.
Yeah, so don't play dumb. Don't play dumb with me. Mean.
Anyway, now I'm reading a Kelly Armstrong, which I'm rereading her stuff to see if I enjoy her. And so far, I had to get through the first 2 books because I knew I hated the main character in the first 2 books from Women of the Other World, which is Elena.
Is it Bitten?
Yeah.
I remember when we were...
Elena.
We should recount the origin story of you reading Kelly Armstrong. It happened because I accidentally bought 2 copies of a book, and I was like, the final book in a trilogy, and I was like, we had just met. I was still living in the rental. I was 17, and I was like, do you want this? I can't return it.
No, what happened is I texted her one day. I was like, I'm looking for new books. Do you have any recommendations? And Cappie was like, I've been waiting for this.
Well, we hadn't known each other very long because I was only in the rental for like a few months. We had like just met, and all I had unpacked was my books that I had bought since we moved to Arizona, because all my other stuff was in boxes because we were just staying in a rental for 6 months while the house sold, and I had an extra copy of because I accidentally ordered 2. And or my dad, I think, accidentally ordered 2, and I don't know if Amazon returns were easy back then. That was a long time ago. Yeah. And I was like, do you want this? And you're like, sure. So you bought the first 2.
Yeah.
And then you like really liked them, and you went on to read her adult stuff, which I didn't do.
You also got me, I think, Bitten, or you got me one of them. I can't remember which one.
I don't remember.
But yeah, and I liked her stuff a lot until Canesville. Here's the thing with Kelly Armstrong is she does just kind of go where the trends take her, and for the most part her writing's good, but the problem is when she gets to the end of a series, because she just goes where the trends take her, you can like physically feel her caring less and putting less effort in sometimes. And I got annoyed because with Canesville, it's a 5-book series, and we waited until book 5 for the main character and her main love interest to get together, and she was with a different man for 3 books.
Oh.
And when they got together, it was nothing. It was just like there was no conversation, there was no tension, they just got together.
Ew.
And I was so pissed off that I stopped reading. But now I'm trying again.
Is she still writing?
She writes a ton. She comes out with like 4 books a year or something.
I have not heard anything about Kelly Armstrong. I was going to ask, like, did the White Trash Zombie lady ever come out with anything new? Because I think, didn't she stop the series and she didn't finish it?
I don't know if she has anything new. I haven't checked on her in a while. I think if I'm remembering the right author, her husband got cancer and died.
Oh.
And that's around when she stopped writing. So I don't think she's come out with anything new. I do think she wrapped up White Trash Zombie, though.
Did you stop reading that? Did you get rid of those?
No, I still have those because I really enjoyed those. I haven't read the last, I think, 2.
You don't have them then?
I think I have one of them, maybe? I don't know.
I was thinking about it because I saw iZombie come up the other day. The show, the CW show, that's supposedly based on the comic, but it takes way more from White Trash Zombie than iZombie, and I always thought that was strange.
Yeah.
I didn't read those, though, so I had to go off Sarah. But
Those
from what
were
she
really
told
fun.
me, the series just fully takes so much of that.
Yeah, those ones were really fun. My biggest issue with those is a very minor one, is that she used redneck as a synonym for white trash. And if you are from the South, you know that redneck and white trash are not the same.
Yeah, your mom is white trash. Your dad is a redneck.
Yes.
There is a difference.
But yeah, so I'm currently reading Kelly Armstrong, and I'm enjoying it more. It's an interesting thing, though, because she has scenes that are, like, designed to make you, like, want to curl up and die from embarrassment for the character. And she writes them really well. The problem is, she writes them really well, so we don't want to read them. But it's good, you know?
Maybe I'll delve in. I don't know. I've been, like, so into contemporary romances lately. I'm getting so much out of them. They're so fun.
Oh, yeah.
All I've been doing lately pretty much is contemporary romances and, like, comic books.
I mean, I love contemporary romance, so.
It's a lot of fun. I like the cartoon covers. I know people rag on those because they're just like, oh, it's just, like, it's not very good smut. All the real smut is, like, indie. It's like, well, those covers are ugly. I think if it's a man's chest as the cover, that's ugly, and I don't care. Everyone makes fun of the cartoon covers. I like them. I think they're cute. I like the little printed edges. You can't make me change my mind.
Even if the books were everything those people wanted, they'd find something new to attack. So
Probably everyone's the world sucks so bad that everyone's just angry and hateful all the time.
So anyway, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so this is the end. I only read a couple books, but that's fine. Actually, I read a lot of comic books, but that's for something else, so I didn't bring it up here. But this is goodbye. This is the end. And Sarah's going to start her 18,000 piece puzzle and try not to lose her mind.
This is going to take most of the night, so I'll probably start tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.